Hello, everyone. My name is Kevin Bogner, and I am here representing Partners Healthcare Organization. Partners is one of the largest public healthcare organizations in the Northeast and is essentially a merger of Brigham and Women's Hospital and Massachusetts General Hospital. Both were very large organizations prior to their merger, and now they are the largest in Massachusetts. I currently work for this great organization as a radiologic technologist in their orthopedic clinic located in Foxborough, Massachusetts. I have been working in the healthcare industry now for 4 years, and I have seen many pros and cons with our current system. I personally feel that one of the new proposals for the 2020 presidential race by a man named Bernie Sanders is what is best for the majority of people within the US. I want to talk about Medicare for All. Now, for those of you who are unsure about what Medicare for All is, it is a proposal for the universal health care for all the citizens of the United States. Many other countries around the world that would be considered first world countries have already transitioned into this style of healthcare. Currently, the United States does not have a single payer type of healthcare system. Rather, it is a private insurance system because each person is responsible for finding their own healthcare. The US government still pays for a majority of the financial burden that the people of the United States face. The big question we need to ask ourselves is our current system best for the people, or should we look at other systems like the Beveridge model in the UK or the Bismarck model in Germany? Although we are a large, industrialized, and technologically advanced nation, there are vast differences between our countries. The United States is a very large country in terms of square mileage and has a population to match the land it occupies. It is one of, if not the most, sought after countries to immigrate to, which makes it difficult to find an accurate population. With this in mind, I'm going to jump right into Medicare for All and all the pros and cons that come with it. Medicare for All is something that the US needs, not because it's cheaper, but because it's the moral thing to do. The US is currently one of the most expensive places to receive healthcare, and each year we see the struggle our government has financially with all the social programs we run to help the people unable to pay for their healthcare. It is not enough. And I believe that a universal healthcare could help alleviate some of the financial burdens our countries face, to help not only get us out of debt, but more importantly, to get everyone the access to healthcare that they need. First and foremost, this new program would take over all healthcare insurances and would be 100% tax-based for payments. This effectively will replace all insurances and take all the money that insurance companies make off of the American population. The second most important aspect is that all US residents are eligible for this program. Every US citizen will be able to receive the medication they need, the surgeries they need, and the healthcare they need. This is something that a civilization as advanced as ours should offer as a human right. As of 2013, 64% of the American health spending were funded by Medicare, Medicaid, the Children's Health Insurance Program, and the Veterans Health Administration. This is a decent-sized portion of healthcare spending, and majority of these people are the ones who need healthcare the most. If we were to combine all the income made from insurance plans and make sure the government makes the necessary restrictions and limitations across the entire healthcare spectrum, a single payer system might be possible. No premiums. I repeat, no premiums. This is something that is going to drastically help families who need healthcare. Premiums can put a huge dent into someone's savings, especially if they need constant care. This is something that will help strengthen the middle and lower class. As far as medication, the Secretary for Health will be the one negotiating the drug prices annually, which would mean that as long as the appointed secretary is aware that medication prices would need to be capped and or frozen for a long period of time until the US government is capable of handling this new increase in financial workload. Although I don't necessarily like the idea of one person in charge making this extremely important decision, there is comfort in knowing that this person will play a vital role in the success of a universalized healthcare. This will place millions of eyes on this one person, and they will more than likely feel the pressure to make sure that pharmaceutical companies cannot set the prices at a point that could cripple the US, which would mean that Bernie Sanders would have to choose someone that he trusts without any restrictions. Now, one of the negatives for universalized healthcare is the effect it will have on an employer-offered healthcare. Exactly like what Partner Healthcare currently offers me. They recently purchased Neighborhood Health Plan and was recently changed to Always Health Partners. This offered a lot of benefits to employees, which would be taken away if Medicare for All becomes the new system in place. The question that remains is how exactly as a country would we be able to come up with the estimated 25 trillion to 32 trillion over 10 years? This is a substantial amount of money, and it could be a major risk for our country to take on, considering our increasingly large debt we have. The next question would be how we pay the administrators, as they are responsible for an estimated 30% of American healthcare expenditures. These are just some of the questions that would need to be answered before we jump into this plan, but I believe it is within our abilities as a nation to do these. I would like to thank everyone for listening to my speech, and a big thank you to Congress and everyone involved in legislation. Thank you so much.